Alright guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So, yeah, back in the greenhouse. Now there's been a lot of things that have been changed around here. As you can see, there's not that much here. We had transplanted a lot of our plants and stuff outside, and unfortunately the temperatures of northwest Florida put a beating on everything. Right now we've got a couple plants that are doing good. We're actually going to keep these things in the greenhouse since they seem to be doing well. A couple things right fast. First, I want to say be careful out there. All right, I've been doing structural weld and iron work most of my life, and Thursday, a few days ago, I had to take the weekend and just recoup. I fell out. I had a heat stroke. I had been pushing myself hard. I just got pulled from Mississippi on the job out there. Did a video on that. Should be some pop-ups there on the work I'm doing out there, and I was needed back in town here in Florida. I drove out, get on the job site. Actually the day before I was cutting beams and stuff, getting ready with all the I-beams to hang because we got to get this other job done. And I think I pulled like a 13 or 14 hour shift that day. Hot. It's hot. I'm not going to complain. I know it's hot. That's why I went to welding. But Thursday after lunch, I messed up. I pushed myself way too hard, and I sat down in an air-conditioned vehicle for a few minutes, about a 10-minute break. And when I got out, I fell out. I got dizzy, words slurred. Couldn't keep water in. I was just sweating nonstop. Could not cool off, and I hit the deck. Fortunately for me, I was not walking on anything. I wasn't climbing up anything or anything like that. So, yeah, my fall was shallow, but I was messed up for a while, and it took Friday and Saturday to recoup. Today's Sunday. So yeah, please be careful out there, guys. So a couple things. During that time, I chose my profession. I'm good at it. I love doing it. But I'm also looking at it going, I'm 46. I'm killing myself. There's got to be something else. Got to. So, yeah. All these other jacklegs in the world sit there and come up with something called a meme coin. Now, I don't know if you guys know what these things are. They are just quick money turnover coin stuff. Crypto. The way of the future. As a prepper, I don't like messing with crypto at all. I'll go in, I'll buy crypto, watch it, flip it like you used to do penny stocks. But I decided, yeah, we named our crypto coin SHTF. That's right. Of course I did. It is a survival living crypto coin. I went through Moonspot and started there because the uptake cost to start your own meme coin is ridiculous. But through them, you can do it for free, and it just doesn't get put out there quite as fast. But if you guys are interested in it, check it out. So with Iran, Israel, Russia, I guess the biggest thing is Russia, guys, to be honest. As I'm sure you guys know, we sent nuclear subs outside Russia. It was 2. We know we got nuclear bombers in the region. For anybody to think nothing is going to happen, I hope you're right. Now, with this kind of stalemate standoff, we're seeing another Cold War between America and Russia, the constant threats of nuclear weapons. I hope it stays as a Cold War and doesn't go big and get, nukes falling everywhere. I hope that never happens. But I do encourage you guys to put back as much food and supplies as possible, just in case. As a prepper, we try to prepare for the end all be all. And I had a conversation with one of my coworkers that asked me to do, so what do you prep for? I said, everything. Everything. The complete collapse, natural disasters, whatever. But I also try to prep for the future as well. Okay, I don't want it all to be bleak. I hope to God everything turns out very nicely. And I do apologize if you hear somebody's voice in the background. I got neighbors in the yard behind mine. So, there's that. So we try to prepare for what we can. We talked about food prices going up. Well, here we are, guys. We try to go over growing your own stuff. We've done it before without a greenhouse. A greenhouse is actually pretty nice to control a lot of the environment. Down here in Florida, it gets hot. I mean, it kicked my ass, and I'm not one to lay down. As a matter of fact, I didn't lay down. I knew it was hot, and one of my coworkers kept saying, "Man, you don't look good. You should sit down." I don't sit down. All right, I keep pushing. Well, unfortunately, I pushed a little too much, and my body said, "No, you're done," and dropped my ass on the floor. Good times. So, things I am going to be working on trying to fix this problem. Well, as you guys can see, I've gained some weight. That's a big no-no. That's right. So I've got to shred back down. That means I got to start lifting again. Yeah, and stay at it. When I tore my bicep tendon a couple years ago, I start working out, then I'll stop. I just don't have the time. Well, now I kind of have to make the time. As my position in the company, I have to make sure the job gets done when others cannot do it. I can't be falling out because I'm overweight or I'm out of shape. Sorry, gremlin in the camera, probably because we haven't used it in a while. Another thing I'm going to be trying to work on, guys, is getting more film out to you guys. I know many of you guys have been asking for it, and thank goodness we have a great community here that has been standing by and waiting for my next video. I put a lot of hours in. I do, with work. I mean, work pays the bills. YouTube, yeah, there's a little bit of money in it. Sure it is. But the majority of it is getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, going to work. So, guys, I do understand where one comes from. A lot of people say, well, you're on YouTube, it must be nice. You must have all this money in the world. No. The money that I make from working a job and busting my ass in the sun, it barely covers the bills. YouTube's just an extra little nugget of little extra income. So, I encourage you, though. I've done videos on how to start your own YouTube channel. I encourage you to. You can make a little bit of income off of it. So, with this, guys, currently we have, I don't know, my son's helped plant this. All right, I see the stick now. Zucchini, squash, and we've got summer squash. So that is currently right here. We got bell peppers back there in the back. We've got all kind of vegetables up front. I just got finished transplanting our lettuce plugs. I love doing lettuce plugs like that. We use the solo cups, put lettuce seeds in it, and then we transplant when they come up, transplant them into our raised beds. Work great. So looking forward to that. With everything going on, guys, please make sure you put food and supplies back. We just got finished going through the studio because there should be a photo there of all the, the canned goods and the dry goods and stuff I use as a backdrop, which we pull from our stocks, kind of show it, but we still have to keep track of the dates on these things because it's still food. All right. So we went through and we had to cycle through all that. I did that yesterday. Took about 3 hours to do just that one room. So when you start moving things around, and I know it gets hectic. It gets it gets frustrating when you have a lot of supplies and you got to start rotating things around, but it is necessary. We've done a lot of videos on that, rotating stocks out. When you buy stuff, you use those canned goods, those dry goods, and you buy new and replace it. That way you never get close to an expiration date. I'm not talking about the best by date. I'm talking about an expiration date. Many will argue how long food lasts past those dates. I can't argue with that on my channel because I've already been hit by this channel way too much. Given information that they claim is incorrect affects me. Have I eaten food past date? Absolutely I have. But I also stored it correctly. And that's one of the biggest things. You can't just throw food outside in an outside shed where temperatures are constantly fluctuating. That food will go bad. You have to be able to regulate the temperature. Makes the shelf life much longer than what they say on cans and stuff like that. Mylaring your food up. We use Wallaby Mylar. They're one of our sponsors, one of our affiliates here on this channel. Great products. We use that for our dry beans, rice, pastas, sugar, salt, flour, oatmeal, Anything dry good related goes in it. And then we throw in an oxygen absorber, remove the oxygen out of it, and use those. Those things are great. They last a very long time. So, choice is yours. I want to encourage you to keep pushing yourself, but don't push yourself like I did. All right? I'm just wired that way. I don't stop. And I knew it was extremely hot. I think the high was a 96 with a 90% humidity of that day. And working up top with no roof over you, the sun just beats down on you. No breeze blowing. And I just couldn't keep water in. As soon as I drink water, it would pour out of me. I mean, I could see it coming out of me, sweating that much. And then all of a sudden, no sweat. So, yeah, good times. All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.